Hello again, YouTube. Last video of the day. I want to title this 3 Reasons Why Women Care So Much About Men Cheating. I'm at a red light. I'm going to try to hurry up and read them before it turns. Too late. So we're going to have to pull over. So hold on one second. Hold on. I'm going to read this real quick. And then we're going to go for a ride. And we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this in depth, and we're going to include the Bible and biblical women. Hold on, let me make sure my face looking right. 3 reasons why women care so much about men cheating. Number 1, because they want to believe that they are the only person or thing that makes you feel good. Number 2, because they have always wanted to dominate men, even going back to Eve. That's why the Most High said men shall have rule over you. And number 3, because they demand loyalty that they usually don't give in return. Now let's start with the first one. These women, man, think about it. If it was about guys just treating them good, then they would be like the biblical women and they would go along with polygyny. But it's not just about them being treated good. These women in today's world, like in particular, now, the reason why you have things such as the Passport Brothers going all over there, and y'all know I ain't the biggest fan, but I see both sides. And one of the reasons is the women that we see and that we know are entitled, and they demand more than they put out or more than their actions say that they are worth. And you got to go back, when you say actions, you got to go back to when they first start maturing physically. Like, what were they doing? What were they watching? You go all the way up until the point today. What does your actions leading up to today say that you're worth? But like I said, the first reason is because they want to feel like, they want to believe that they the only thing that makes you feel good. They don't, a lot of women, if you let them get away with it, they'll stop you from masturbating or anything. They'll have 100% control of when you ever feel sexual pleasure. And like I said, with number 2, which is, wait, hold on, let me pull over again. Let me pull over because I'm kind of forgetting. All these cars driving reckless behind me. I gotta kind of pull over to get this out. Because they always wanted to dominate men. And like I said, number 3, because they demand loyalty that they usually don't fulfill. If you ever even had one emotional affair, how can you even demand such loyalty? And we ain't even talking about physical. We talking about emotional. We talking about you and your work husband. We talking about you and them dudes online, on your Instagram, your TikTok, your email, your PlayStation. We talking about those things, those conversations that you had. If you showed yourself to them, if they showed themselves to you, how are you demanding that someone else don't do something that you did? You clearly don't believe in the Bible or follow it. Clearly. Because the Bible says what? Genesis 3:16, men shall have rule over you. So a woman that's in submission to the Most High in the Bible, she's going to see that in the Bible and be like, you know what? I'm gonna follow this. A woman who is trying to be entitled even with God himself is going to try to get around men shall have rule over you. Women learn at home in silence. Wives, be subject to your own husband. Yeah, I'm 35, but act like I'm 5. That's what they do. That's what they do. Listen, man, live your life, man. Life is too short, man. If you healthy, live your life. Do not revolve your life around these women. I'm telling you, it's the biggest waste of time. And I said it, and I'll bring smoke to my family, your family, anybody's family who tries to act like I'm in the wrong for saying it. I know what I'm talking about, man. And this is not, listen, they gonna be what they gonna be. But what I'm looking at is, okay, you know that they this way, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? That's why I created the Isaiah 4-in-1 series, because these guys trying to be monogamous towards Jezebelic entitled women. Not me. Not me. Not me. My wife was coming to me like, I know you out there talking. I said, not yet. Listen, man. I practice what I preach, man. I practice what I preach. And it's not, listen, failure is failure. Like, when you fail, don't get mad. Just try to pass next time. Just try to pass next time. But in regards to relationship, it's all failure. There's how many guys gonna pass? 1%? Coach Greg used a good example. He say, write your relationship, your successful relationships on a piece of paper. He said, everybody gonna either have 1 or 0. That is a great analogy. Now, y'all see how that worked? Did I try to act like I was the one that came up with it? No. Yeah, I could tell they messing up my streams, man. I could like how my head is moving. But they use that cheating thing. I could have put more things on this list, but they use that cheating thing because they want to have an excuse for people to still value them and say they're a classy woman and they virtuous woman, this, that, and the other. When they go out there and they start sucking on new tools, and start licking new dudes and bringing some dude that nobody in the family ever seen to Thanksgiving, you know, and they be like asking about the husband, where's Rick? You know, they want to do this, man. This is how you have, and we're gonna talk about this next week. This is how you have, you ever seen a woman that everything he tried to do, she's against it, but then the next dude, she be all for it. That's why he was right to get rid of her. You don't keep a woman like that around. A woman who wasn't sexual with you, and you were paying all the bills, and now she's with somebody and she got to pay half the bills and she's sexual. That's the type of stuff they do. That's why I say they care so much about that cheating. They want to be able to have variety, but they don't want us to have variety. When our body plainly says that we are to have variety. They have 1 egg. We have 21 million sperm cells new every day. Or 2.1 million. It's either 2.1 or 21 million. 2.1 or 21 million. One or the other. That's why they care so much about that. Like, and then this was crazy. Okay, ain't you the same person? Me and him was talking at work. You ain't had sex with him in 8 months. And you want to grill this man about his coworkers? He at work. Well, because this is a true story, and what I'm got in mind, what I'm saying. So I'm just going to cut it short because who knows if this guy be watching my video. But this particular person, his wife always, who you talk to? He need to put her in her place or dump her. She been acting up. I done known this man for years, man. She been acting up on this man for years. And I got him in. Him was joking around. He said, "Oh man, I ain't going nowhere." I'm like, okay, then you must like a little mess. This is what I'm thinking. No, man, I ain't going nowhere, man. But then this was crazy, dude. This was crazy to me, man. Some of these same women, right? They will get rocked by another dude. And you say something to them, the fools that try to stay with them, oh, yeah, hey, you gonna keep bringing that up. You got rocked. You got rocked. Or the ones that didn't get rocked, but they would have. You keep bringing this up. If it was me, you would not be here. You would be taking half of my money. No, dude, no. I realize now. The scripture comes more. Y'all can't tell me the scripture ain't true. I look at you like you are insane to say that stuff is not true. You are insane when you say it's not the truth. Because I see it and I experience it on a daily basis. And it's like, when he said it's not good that man should be alone, I will give him a helpmate. The first thing I think about is if women were everything that the Most High intended for them to be, the divorce rate would probably be 0. They want you to believe that it's always these guys, and I'm under the assumption, what I don't like to rely on assumptions, but based on my evidence and all the people and things that I see and know, is a lot of these women, I would beg to differ. I would say that most of these women are more at fault when their relationship goes bad over something they either did, said, or didn't do, or didn't say. Then way more than the men. Way more. And I grew up with both parents. I had plenty of aunties, uncles. I saw them, and, I was a nosy kid. I knew about everything. I had one particular auntie, and I don't know if she listening, she might get mad when I say this. So, this particular guy that I grew up with, he grew up right around the block from me. He was a good dude, and I knew it. Somehow he got hooked up with my auntie because her sister, my other auntie, lived next door to them. And boy, he was in love with her, everything, man. One of my friend's cousin used to always come over there. He had little muscles and stuff. He used to do tricks on bikes, stuff like that. Well, his nephew went over there and told him that she was over there with him. He came over there and saw her with the dude and then wanted nothing else to do with her. And nothing against, she ended up with one of my other cousins who on my other side, on my father's side. But this particular dude, I knew he was solid, man, because I knew him like he's like one of the big homies. I knew how he got over female. He treated females like gold. Like he was rough with his little brother, beating him up, giving him 2 black eyes and stuff. But when it came to them girls, he treated his girls like gold. And she was over there with the other dude. And he caught her. See? Y'all see what I'm talking about? But then, when somebody did it to her, marriage ends, right? Marriage is over, right? Marriage is over. You see how that works? This how people be, man, I'm telling you. Women will do things to you in secret that if you found out, they would expect you to forgive them. And if you did the same things to them, they'll never forgive you. Because they think that we're here for them. No, we're here for the Most High. We're supposed to be tilling the land. He said, it's not good that a man should be alone. I will send him a helper suitable to him. These women don't be helping. They be trying to run stuff. They be trying to get you to do the work. They there to help you do the work, but they want you to do all the work. That reminds me of that woman who, her husband is back at work. she either don't work or ain't back at work, but she want him to get up at night with the baby. Oh, I gotta get some rest. We both gotta get some rest. I mean, it's the type of stuff that's been going unchecked for thousands of years. Well, I can't say thousands because in biblical time, they already knew what time it was. And they want you to think that biblical, oh, well, I'm not going to be your slave. Well, what are you then? Okay, if you take the attitude that you're being a man's slave, which you're not, you're helping him, but you looking at it like you being a slave, okay, then what should he do? Be your slave? Literally, though. Literally, because men are women's slaves. You do all types of things to get minimal things, and it's still not enough for them to be happy. They're not going to be happy, man. Get over it, man. Stop trying to make her happy. And tell her that if you can't be happy on your own, then maybe you need to be with somebody else. We got to get back to being men again, man. I believe the blessing of God will increase on the earth if men would just get back to being men. You know, but what do I know? I'm a false prophet, right? According to y'all. They demand loyalty that they don't usually put out themselves. What women should do is when they're young, they should establish that loyalty and establish themselves with that man. So when you start looking undesirable, which some of y'all, not all, but some of y'all do, especially when we get up in the 60s, 70s, we all gonna take a turn for the worse physically, looks-wise. But that process is gonna start much sooner than that. Maybe not as soon for some races than it possibly do for others. You know, we ain't gonna name. Like, you know, you got some races that start aging pretty quick. And other races, they don't age as quick, but they still age. You know? You supposed to establish yourself then when you, because that's unreasonable. For you to expect a man to put his life on hold to cater to you, and you didn't cater to him for like the last 30 years. You started out strong and finished weak, but when you break down, he's supposed to cater to you. Is that fair? I mean, let's just be reasonable. Is it fair? Is it fair for a man to not smash no women, right? You wasn't smashing them, but he shouldn't smash no other woman. And now you have a problem that he not only should not smash other women, but now he should cater to you. You done called him all kind of names. You done act like everything that went wrong was his fault. You done acted a fool on this man, and you think that he should basically cater to you now in your time of need. You know what he should do? It might sound hard. Remember, the word simp is in sympathy. It's just spelled with a Y. It's still pronounced simp. Sympathy. You have empathy. You have sympathy. Sympathy is when you start trying to cater to somebody who their actions show that they don't deserve it. And women, oh, look out there. Listen, if you can't tell me what you did for that man, we ain't talking about the kids. If you can't tell me what you did for him, and you can't match up what you did for him and what he did for you, and yours is either greater or equal, shh. Thanks for watching. We about to get it going out here. Man, yeah. I be trying to help y'all women, man. I think if women listen to me and they take to heart what I say, I bet you a lot of y'all damaged relationships will get better. But the women, the hit dog women, you already showing you in the wrong. If what I be saying gets on your nerves cause you a hit dog, you hollering because you got hit. Thanks for watching. Keep tuning in for more videos.